going on this year. Been pretty much dominating. Feeling really good about the way everything's going this year. I don't really think I need to look at any other quarterback. Let's look at this guy. He's undrafted, but I like the way his other stats work. Because I'm thinking I'm going to need another backup quarterback. I mean, I don't understand why they're having like all these high stats, but these guys are undrafted talents. That one I can understand. The throw accuracy medium is horrible, but and he's a late fourth rounder, which actually might be really good for me. No. There's just not much love for some of these guys, which I don't understand. Okay. Left guard. So we're playing the Redskins. And we don't have to worry about training this week. I basically made a determination that if I get silver on anything, that's good enough for me to sim it for the rest of the time. I don't want to have bronzes, but silvers are good enough for the experience that I get. White side has really grown, which I'm really happy about. My team overall, I mean, it's like we're pretty much a guarantee. My only problem is we need to get, number one is how are the Browns the best record in the league. But I gotta get this 1 or 2 slot. Need that bye week. Because I traded for Eli Manning early in the season because I just figured it was inevitable for Wentz to get hurt, and I wanted to have somebody that's a solid backup. And I figured Eli Manning was one of the better guys for the job because there's 1 year left on his deal, and after this year, I'm done with him. So, figured it's nothing lost. Hopefully, my problems with streaming.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Redskins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team. Brandon Godden, and Charles Davis.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with their opponents. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they're hot as can be. Winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
I think the Redskins are 6-7, so I don't know how they're out of the hunt. And other teams are 6-7 and in the hunt.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be commanded by the veteran QB, the former Walter Payton Man of the Year in the league, Eli Manning.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Yeah, I try to...
Ready. Mike 51. Yeah, I got you.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.
And that's definitely the way to get things started. That's the way it was drawn up in the locker room, in pregame, and everything. And they got it done right away, running the ball for a big game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Running with Howard. And they're able to get this one past the 30.
Got to be careful of that safety. That safety has that star.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Reminds me I got to do my adjustments. Very conservative.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Okay, he's 7 is blitz there, so I'm going to...
On 1st down, Howard. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
Running back Jordan Howard is a very powerful runner, can run through tackles, run over defenders. His rookie year finished 2nd in the league in rushing. In 2017, was 6th overall. 2018
I'm a firm believer in starting with the run.
Didn't get the ball nearly as much, but he expects to return to form and be that crunching, punishing runner in 2019.
2nd and 5 now. Manning. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Funny thing is I used to take a lot more risks when I had Wentz as the quarterback. Okay, so this is a perfect play.
Now Manning.
Oh, no.
Chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up
that actually worked the last couple games. It didn't work that time.
Look at the Washington defense.
At corner is Josh Norman. I would think he'd want to quibble a little bit. Actually, you know, Josh would have a full discussion with the metrics people who say that maybe he's not the elite lockdown corner he thinks he is. He would say, ask all the receivers in the NFC East. They would think differently because a day against Josh Norman is a very difficult day for any receiver.
Whoa. Quick slant caught. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Or might he go for it?
Trying to punch it in with Howard.
In there.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. So here are the Redskins under 6-year head coach Jay Gruden. They are led out by the 15th overall selection in 2019. Former Ohio State Buckeye Dwayne Haskins.
He hasn't played that much. Okay, let's do the cushioning adjustments right here. I'll play the ball. And I'd like to be conservative.
Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
I wasn't even blitzing or anything. I didn't do anything different.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Haskins will throw. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. But Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
51. Tucker! Hey, Delta! Check 31, check 31. Ringer, guys. Fight.
Manning gonna throw.
Wow.
Heavy rush, and down he goes.
There was no time.
Matthew Ioannidis. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Manning. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
Oh, crap.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Jordan Howard with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front, because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. Elliott now to add the extra point. he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive 7 plays in length. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Adrian Peterson. Up to make the stop, the Pro Bowl safety, Malcolm Jenkins. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you could also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
From just shy of midfield, Haskins throwing the out route and complete. It's Richardson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That catch good for 5. It's third down. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agent.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. Yeah. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Haskins on 3rd down. Out to the left here to Reed.
No.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
They go with Howard to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw, it's Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz works perfectly.
Play action slowed me down too much.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
Probably not going to get a 1st down here. But
from the gun, it's Manning. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Complete. Richardson has it. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Alshon Jeffrey working his way back out there now to help lead this offense. 2nd quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas.
Wow.
And right now,
with
them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Well, so far, just the single catch. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Oh, cool.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them.
I thought I might have went over the line of scrimmage.
Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On 1st down, it's Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Manning. Ertz has it left side. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, it's Howard.
Oh, crap.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Leo!
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
Now a play fake. Manning. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They run with Howard, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely
get this
nowhere
to
to run
Ertz
there.
here.
On play action, now Manning, and he connects with Ertz. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 13-yard line.
At the 13, he got plenty of time.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
Run it here, see if I can get
only one
anything.
pass
No,
has
they're
hit the
gonna
ground for him.
tie
10 of
that up.
11 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
It looks like Jeffrey might be open here. Got the safety leaning to the one side.
Into the red zone now. Manning. And it's caught. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in.
Nope.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Trying to figure I should run or pass this one.
Howard all alone in the backfield on second and goal.
Yeah, they got 9 in the box. Hopefully I'll have time for this.
Now Manning. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Feel pretty good. It's like I've pretty much limited.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And our focus now moves to Adrian Peterson. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins hooking up here with Trent Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Switch up, switch up.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Haskins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up in the Meadowlands. Miami in town to take on the New York Football Giants. And it's the Dolphins who have the lead in that one. Ryan Fitzpatrick has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. In that game, all square as they take on the visiting Seahawks. In our game, it's been the play of Eli Manning that's been the story so far. His guys have a 3-touchdown lead as we're about ready to go into the second half. And to get you through it, we give it back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That one, 28 yards on the ground.
That run
funny,
is what
Adrian
defenses
Peterson
don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson.
I've had trouble with
his ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, check.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one snipped out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now it's Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Why would they go for a field goal? They're down 3 touchdowns.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Oh, good. He's on a bench.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Under 10, 10, 5.
Here's Sproles. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now it's Sproles. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
That's the way.
Now Manning on the bootleg. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 26.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Sproles. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down and 4, Manning. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
I got you.
They'll run it with Sproles. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Ready? 53 is mine. Check. 53 is mine. Rabbit. Now.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
On play action, it's Manning. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson scoring a touchdown against his former mates. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. They run again on first down. Peterson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, and that takes us from second to third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On play action, Haskins. He's going to float this one deep right side, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Matt Ioannidis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Ertz over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Whoa, wait a second.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Get ready. Get ready.
From the 38, Manning. And he's going to lose yardage here.
Okay. Uh-oh. Stay healthy.
Switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Put it on the max protect because they're going to blitz.
Throwing is Manning on third down. This is caught by Jackson. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Eli Manning with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Haskins. Rodney McLeod that time able to knock it away. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's Tressway now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. $12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Philadelphia. Here we go. 10-2 stop. I'm here all day.
Play action. Manning.
Oh, he picked off.
And intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Completes it right side to Doxson. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Haskins on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Haskins looking to throw on first down. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Haskins' throw going to be caught by Dotson.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now it's Haskins. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Here's Haskins to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Let's go.
And once again, they go with Sproles. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Get that quarterback at all costs.
They'll go for it. It's Manning. Aguilar has it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Hey, high 7.
Manning looking to throw it. This will be caught at about the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that. But there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Okay, thankfully I didn't lose for just all I did was lose them for the rest of the game. Checking one thing before starting this game, or I might start this game after lunch. 1 second. Okay, we'll do this game now. Oh, no, 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 no. Play the game. Okay. As you can imagine, this is going to be a battle.
Jordan taking over Chicago. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Jordan Howard, fresh off 100 yards a week ago, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are
Another snow game.
And Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly, as they get ready to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Seated next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, this one featuring a couple of playoff teams from a season ago, back at it again in 2019.
And we both felt the confidence from both of these teams, right? They feel like they will be back in the playoffs again, but they shouldn't be overconfident. 7 teams last year made the playoffs that didn't make it the previous year. So you're not assured of going back year after year.
Good, I get the ball in the second half. I like that.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be fielded at the 6.
Down.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Cowboys take the field, and the man leading them, Dak Prescott, who's been remarkably consistent through his first 3 NFL seasons. 23, 22, and 22 touchdown passes as he put together a 32-16 regular season record in those 3 years at the helm. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
It's so good to see big number 72 Travis Frederick back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the
first down.
Luckily fell incomplete.
Ooh, I got him.
Just
good.
a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here come the Eagles under 4th-year head coach Doug Peterson. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, a multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
He enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Here we go. Set. 50. Plant. Go. Go. Here we go. Set.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now Howard. Dashing through the snow. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 67 yards on the ground. Cowboys and Eagles, of course, such a great rivalry. Last year, the Cowboys got the better of the Eagles both times that they met, with Philly coming off their Super Bowl title. But in weeks 10 and 14, it was Dallas beating Philly by a single possession.
How is that not a touchdown?
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
They'll try to run it now with Sproles. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down and goal. Manning, the quick slant caught. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Quickly now, a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
A special player on the offensive line is right tackle Lane Johnson, a 2-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro. And pass rushers come from everywhere now in the NFL, and he holds them in check on his side and loves to finish off guys in the running game.
This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator?
Missed that one.
What he told us?
Ew.
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Yeah, I totally screwed up that
he's
button
back
push.
out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk is.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. They'll run on first down. Howard. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Manning. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to it. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into
under pressure, and they got to him again. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
This is taken at about the 14. A good return there, 17 yards. Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Check. Hey, Steve, sit. They're running it. Check.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check. Hard.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Manning. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Manning going to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver, that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Now a play fake. Manning. This will be caught inside the 10. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. Manning now to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing. But they watch the film as well, so they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last one.
And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Eagles 14, Cowboys nothing.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. On play action. Now Manning. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Hard to believe, but the regular season starting to draw to a close. We've got the final Sunday night game of the year coming up later tonight. Matt Nagy and the Bears hosting his mentor, Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be a good one from Frigid Soldier Field. And then tomorrow night, the final Monday night game of the year, Packers and Vikings from Minneapolis. Manning now on first down. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
They had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Manning. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Manning again. Jeffrey wheels it in over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a 1st down. Alshon Jeffrey so dangerous even when a defender's near him.
He's got such a big body. Ability to run, positions himself well, excellent control. And you're exactly right. Even if people are draped on him, he often comes up with the catch. He really symbolizes what people are looking for in receivers in today's NFL.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Switch. General West.
On play action, it's Manning. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Manning. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Huh.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun now for Manning. And he connects with Ertz. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
On first down, it's Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Manning. Ertz has it left side. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing is Manning. Right side caught by Jackson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 4 yards out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Huh?
And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
The previous play is under review.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now Manning. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a...
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So they went for it from the 1 on 4th and goal, and they got it done.
Is this the new NFL?
This is the new NFL.
This is the updated NFL, and I like it. I know that quarterbacks across the league have spent the entire offseason and even during the season lobbying their coaches to go for it more on 4th down. Let's go get it. Because nowadays, you've got to score points to win games in the NFL. You can't just rely on your defense to hold them.
I think the quarterbacks want to eliminate field goals inside of 30 yards, probably.
Well, listen, they have enough confidence in themselves that they can call plays and make plays that they won't need those field goals inside the 30.
I'm still trying to figure out why I got the ball at the 3-yard line on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
See if he can do just that. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Caught left side by Cobb. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Andrew Sendejo swoops in for the sack. Now Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And our players spotlight now as we turn up. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. On first down, Manning. Screen pass to Sproles.
Yeah, nothing there.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And here's Manning. Receiver complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Here's Manning to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. Manning. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Wow. Can't believe I threw that pick.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the Redskins who get the victory at home. Dwayne Haskins leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. 31-7, the final score. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Eli Manning and company getting set here as they head back onto the field. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for
141 yards already.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Manning throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
I kind of chuckled to myself a little bit when I remember Darren Sproles coming out of college. I remember one scout saying, yeah, but what are you going to do with him in the pass game? Quarterback can't find him downfield because he's only 5'6". On that screen pass, they found him pretty well. And his balance is unsurpassed. He's so strong, he can take hits and stay on his feet.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. We own this. Hey, Charlie. 5.
On first down, they run with Howard. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the returns for the Cowboys on Leighton Vander Esch have been pretty good so far. You know, a lot of Cowboy Nation questioned when they took him number 19 overall a season ago instead of Calvin Ridley. But Leighton Vander Esch would get 140 tackles last year, franchise rookie record for Dallas, en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Manning. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Eli Manning with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Still haven't scored anything on offense.
Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On first down, Howard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. Second down. Again, it's Howard. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Manning going to try and throw on third down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Manning now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. Manning now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
I love killing clock. Might not be exciting for these guys to watch, but
A give to Howard. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. They go with Howard again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Now Manning. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete.
okay. I'm okay with
Finally,
not
a
doing
good play
anything.
there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, Elliott. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check 53, I got it.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. And on the left side, he's got Witten. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Prescott now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Prescott, this one caught left side by Cooper. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A gain of 32 that time. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Still a lot to be determined in terms of their final seeding. We do know they'll be in the playoffs, but in what shape, what capacity, we're not sure. But here, ready for a sports cliche, and then just take them one game at a time, right?
And they have to. And look, the thing about cliches, they've been proven over time. All right, we know that. So, yes, take it one game at a time, but make sure that there's no let-up, no getting off the gas, right? No mental letdowns, because each one is important for them to accomplish their goals.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes it's a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. On first down, Howard. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
You draw quarter.
Now they'll throw it with Manning. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll run on first down. It's Howard, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Howard, and he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Running with Howard. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll try and run for it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that 3rd touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McLeod, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And finishing it off with a touchdown run was Jordan Howard. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jason Witten, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we...
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Double time. Even. 4th down, even.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
4 down. Check.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And despite the cold, despite the snow, this one was fun to watch, and I want to thank you for bringing 2 things, the space heater and the hot chocolate. Those were a big help for us here in the booth.
Yeah, just so you know, in the future, get your own space heater. Okay, I'm an only child. I don't share very often. But this had to bring out, like, the 12-year-old in us, didn't it? I mean, to be able to watch this, and let's face it, when you were that age, You didn't come inside until Mom screamed, "Get inside now, young man," because you wanted to be out there just having a good time, and actually you almost forgot just how cold it was. I'm sure these guys didn't, but they ended up playing just like those 12-year-olds and getting it done.
Well, that's a big
win. So for
win.
the Eagles, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Dallas, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Well, let's take a look at this.
So for Charles Davis and our...
So we got 1 week left in the season. Let's see where we're standing here. Hit all 3 game day goals. The levels 3 thing of making the playoffs, I don't understand that. Is it a 3 season goal? I mean, because I made the playoffs here. We're almost at the 5,000 passing yards for the season. Yeah, we're at the rush and we're at the pass a lot. Yeah, we'll get some points. Goddard gets up. Let's increase possession. Wow. 2 catching, 3 awareness, pass block, stiff arm, and chucking. Hayward had a big game. Okay, Hill. More people have stopping the run, the better. Sweat. Again, I need more rush stoppers here. And another run stopper. Give him a run support. Hey, even Nate said Sudfeld get something here. Give him a scrambler upgrade. Okay. Got 100 boost for receivers. And 100 boost for the defensive line. Okay, we're not going to take a look at these things right now. Take care of that after before next video. Okay, definitely have won the division now. Okay, so I won the division. It looks like tiebreaker wise, I have the #1 seed as of right now. So all I have to do is win the game against the Giants, and that will bring me in. Saints are the #2 seed, Packers #3, and 49ers #4. Giants haven't clinched anything, but they're probably going to be in. But they're going to lose to me. That's overall. Let's see. Yeah, the Giants' problem is, yeah. Or is it the Cowboys? This is the Giants. Oh, the Cowboys are 0-5 in the division. So the Cowboys are really, they're the team that can't step above the Giants. So that's disastrous for them. So they're not going to be able to hop above the Giants. But who could is, let's see, look at the Lions here in conference. Lions in conference. They're 5-6. And the Giants are 8-3. I don't get it. I mean, from what I'm seeing is the Lions should actually have a thing, and I don't know what a three-way tie will do. I also don't know what would happen. I mean, I know the Giants would be in if the Cowboys and Lions both lose, but I'm not sure about what happens if the Rams, Falcons, Panthers, and Redskins all win and the Cowboys lose. So, yeah, it could get really crazy. So it should be interesting watching the scoreboard and seeing exactly what happens next week. Wish there was some kind of thing that basically says takes a look at this stuff and everything and saying, hey, this is what we're looking at, but who knows. Any interesting draft stories? Dudley Norman, brief list of Heisman. So when was the last time we lost the game? Barely beat that Bills. What was that? I think it would have been the Patriots that we lost to. And our last loss, I mean, it's been... Yeah, it was against the Patriots. Where it's like they've beaten everybody else except for we lost to the Packers, and they're like the number 3 seed right now. And we lost to the Falcons. And that was early on. There was a lot of bugs and stuff at that point of the season. That it was before patches and stuff. So where are the Falcons right now? I always forget these things. Okay, the Falcons are they're one of those 7 and 8 teams, so I have to worry about the Packers still. I have to worry about the Patriots on the other side, but how are they doing? Yeah, they've clinched the division at 8-6-1. It's not pretty. I mean, what the heck's going on in there? Let's see. AFC North, the Browns got that. Bengals haven't been playing horrible. The South is up for grabs. Patriots won their division. But seriously, the only team that's clinched it is the Patriots and the Browns. And the Browns are the clear number 1. So that's actually really interesting from a playoff standpoint, because the Bengals can't be the 2 seed. It's like, so they're kind of screwed. They're kind of stuck in everything, and a minimum they can get is a 5 seed. And it looks like the Jaguars, but like whoever wins the division between the Jaguars, Titans, and Colts will be the number 2 seed and get a bye week. But then again, if they all lose and the Patriots win, the Patriots could wind up getting a bye week. So, it's just nuts. Ravens could also win and get that as well. And they're outside that division. But it's nuts. I mean, the AFC West is probably like one of the weakest divisions in football too. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is davidb69. I might come on this afternoon and try to play another game. Try to finish off the season, and then we'll look at playoff games and stuff during the nights this week. So until then, this is davidb69. I'm out.